Crowd is assembled at the American Airlines Center looking for a Mavericks win here in downtown Dallas. Look now, State Farm presents the starting lineups. And guys, taking a look at Carl Landry, what will we see from him?
Well, the knock on Landry when he first came into the NBA was whether he was big enough to play power forward. But it's not the size, it's the strength. And Landry is a guy who can create a major impact on the game because of his ability to score.
I tell you what, you need to archive that one for the highlight tape.
Oh, yeah, that is a keeper. You're correct.
Man, that was incredible.
Yeah.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one.
You know, there have been rumblings, guys, that the Warriors are looking at a return to San Francisco, maybe building a new stadium across the bay. But we'll see how that goes. That's a very difficult thing to do these days, to secure the finances necessary and the permits through the city. So we'll see what ends up happening. But either way, we know the Warriors will remain extremely popular in the Bay Area.
5 on the clock, and it's Carter penetrating. Up and in on the layup. Carter's got his first basket of the night.
He's a guy that'll take it right into the teeth of the defense. A lot of his points come from inside of 5 feet.
And I know they've been looking for a place to play in San Francisco. Got a chance to go play over where the Giants are. And they chose Clark their own spot down on Pier 3032. So in 2017, they will be in San Francisco.
That's right. Coming to the Bay, it's hard enough to find parking in San Francisco, much less a spot to put a stadium in.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Well, you take a look at the numbers, guys. They're shooting 74% on the season.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And you have to give the ownership a lot of credit for the Mavs' success over the years, guys. A lot of people may not agree with things he has to say, but you can't argue with the success that he's had. He's spent his money, his resources. He's put a ton of passion and energy into building that franchise, and it's developed into one of the best in the entire league.
Not stopped. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that.
Oh!
Are you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
The Mavericks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
Well, the thing that served them best in that game was their fantastic three-point shooting.
And the way they were rotating, moving the ball, getting it from side to side, getting open on the perimeter, boy, it was beautiful to watch. Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, you know, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
Count the bucket.
His offensive game is so refined, guys, extremely well-developed in just about every aspect.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks, Doris. And the Mavericks making a change here. Foy's checked in. Count that one. And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his second season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but a strange move nonetheless. Rick Carlisle had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since.
Carter against Jack. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, inside Galante. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
Now here is Carter, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Foy, three-pointer. Barnes grabs the miss. And Curry, here we go. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
A great move to the hoop, capped off with the finger roll. He's an outstanding finisher in close.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki's going to walk away from his career with a number of distinctions. Best European player ever, best shooting 7-footer of all time. Obviously one of the game's all-time great scorers. First ballot Hall of Famer. Not bad for a skinny kid out of West Germany.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Jason Maxiell's checked in for Okur. Martin comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Teague in for Vince Carter. And Maxiell kicks to Foy. And a miss there on the triple. You talk about all that Dirk Nowitzki has achieved. When he was taken ninth back in 1998, who could have imagined how his career would develop? In fact, he was drafted by Milwaukee and then traded for Robert Tractor Trailer. Unbelievable.
Not many, Kevin, and as much as he opened the door even wider for European players, it's been his work ethic and dedication to the game that's really put him in the class by himself, and that really separates the vast majority of the great players, Kevin. Work ethic and dedication.
Hill dishes to Beatrice. The monster one-hand slam.
Well, everyone seems to have the hot hand here early on.
You know, if they keep up this scoring pace, we'll definitely see some big point totals from both of these teams.
No good from Gay. The Warriors have gone 8 of 11 in the first quarter. They'll take that percentage any night. Beatrice passes to Thompson. Here's Green. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Dallas has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Teague inside the line. And Maxiell kicks to Foy. Over Thompson. Nice shot from the wing.
Yeah, off to a rough start. Just doesn't seem to have the rhythm with his shot.
The Warriors trailing. Their last encounter was in Oakland.
Yeah, they didn't play well that night. They weren't very aggressive. They shot the ball too often from the perimeter. Never got it inside. And they were also very shaky from the foul line.
That's good. 5 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Foy. No good trying to beat the buzzer. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the court for the Mavericks. They've got Foy. Jason Maxiell is out there with Wallace. And there's Carter. And it's Bobois in at the 1. And it's Carter missing.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons. You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
Boy, that kind of hustle you just love to see.
And it gets his teammates fired up.
Yeah, especially with the powerful slam to finish things off.
And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers and how Vince Carter stacks up. 8th in field goal percentage, 9th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's been quite an offensive threat, averaging enough points to put him in the top 20 in scoring.
And, Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there just simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
Curry against Bobois. He kicks it to Barnes, and Vince Carter picks up a foul. That's his first foul. Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very mindful of upcoming free agents and cap space restrictions. One of the reasons why they made the moves last year. Even if Clark, they don't get a big name, they always seem to be in the mix somewhere.
Well, they're always hovering around, and I think it points to the savvy of the front office there, Kevin. I mean, and that's really what allows teams to be competitive over long periods of time. It's not just about the players you have and their talent, but it's how you acquire players and piece together your team.
They're very forward-thinking, right?
Yeah.
Not many guys with his size can shoot the ball that well from out there.
With a floater, gets it to go.
What a finish with that hoop.
The Mavericks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Nowitzki, that's good, and so Teague with the assist. Nowitzki's got 5 points so far.
Well, you look at Nowitzki, guys. Dirk Nowitzki is a steady presence offensively, a real force at that end of the floor. And for defense and trying to deal with him, you can try whatever you want to, but he's going to find a way to get off his shots. He's 7 feet tall, has tremendous range, and really crafty in knowing how to position himself for opportunities.
Memo Okur is checked in for Dallas. Foy comes in for Rudy Gay. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Charles Jenkins comes in for George Hill. Clock at 4. Landry, defended by Nowitzki.
Well, Dirk is one of the few players in the league who's really capable of carrying an offense on his own. He's so talented, so skilled. He can score inside and out. Of course, has his biggest performances in the biggest games. Dirk Nowitzki, one of the all-time greats. There's no question about it. Well, if anything, Thompson has been an even better shooter in the pros than he was in college. Maybe because people aren't focused on him as much offensively. But he has a beautiful stroke, and he's a deadeye from the three-point line.
But Steve, even when he's closely guarded, he has the confidence and focus to knock it down. The pass to Rush. The feed to Landry. Takes it up for the stuff.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
The Mavericks leading. Foy dishes to T. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open threes.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open three-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up one, but you start giving three-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Vince Carter, who's checked in for Jones. Bobois comes in for Randy Ford. And Tracy McGrady subbed in for Jeff Teague. Jason Maxiel's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. It's stolen by Bobois. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Okur the pass to Maxiel. No good. Warriors trail by 4. And now Jack pushing it up. No one back.
That's another one for his highlight reel. Just one of many dunks we've seen him throw down like that.
But Clark, it never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Steve, something else.
No, not for me. I mean, I'm always ready to see more of those.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Outside Curry. Kicks it to Landry. Knocks it loose. Over Maxiel. Landry no good.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Bobois, that's good.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if you're scoring at will from inside the paint.
The shot by McGrady, no good.
Got a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break.
Ridiculous move. Tore it down that time. Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
On the wing, Bobois, defended by Jack. Carter outside. Uses the drop step.
And now, guys, still early in the second quarter, and that's his second foul. I be anxious to see if they leave him in here. I can't imagine that we'll see one better than that tonight.
I'm with you on that, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked if we saw something more entertaining than that one.
A different look for Dallas. Kenyon Martin is checked in for Maxia. Gay comes in for Roddy Bobo. And it's Teague in for Tracy McGrady. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And yes, sir, that one drops. Mavericks leading by 10. Here's Martin. Hill pulls it in. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hill. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Over Wallace. From the high post, he drills it.
He's fortunate that shot found the bottom of the bucket. It wasn't the highest quality look.
For 3, O'Cool. They grab their own miss. And that's not going to go. And the first half is now in the books. Mavericks ahead.
Now, presented by Sprint.
It's halftime, and I'm Damon Bruce. An excellent game going on at American Airlines Center. A good one in progress for the Mavericks. Great activity defensively. They're taking measured risks, trying to force turnovers, putting a lot of pressure on that end of the floor. Vince Carter making his presence felt early. He's got 7 points and is putting out the effort defensively as well, making his presence felt on both ends of the floor. And for Golden State, they've been battling. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for...
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. We've seen Carl Landry really having a great game.
Normally, he's not the guy at the top of the list who you'd think of when it comes to scoring, but he's had a great game here.
Yeah, you know what? He's kind of like found money, you know, when you sometimes stumble upon a few bucks in your pockets, you don't know where it came from, but you're glad to have it.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Festus Ezeli. Harrison Barnes is out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Curry in at the point. That's good. That's 10 points for Vince Carter.
He may not be their top three-point option, guys, but you still got to cover him. I mean, you got to defend him in some form or fashion.
Harrison Barnes at 6'8", 220 pounds, comes in with good size at the small forward position. I thought it was disappointing that he didn't turn into more of a playmaker at North Carolina, more of a multi-dimensional offensive weapon, but he really became more of a jump shooter and a scorer as a Tar Heel.
Curry against McGrady. And Steph Curry gets the 3. Curry's got 7 points in the game.
What a quick response. Give up a 3, get a 3.
They're a pretty resilient team. I'll give them that. You got to respect them for coming back that way.
Going back to Harrison Barnes, to have that kind of impact many expected for him early. He'll have to continue to round out his game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he will, Kevin, because he's got size. He's a hard worker, serious about his game, wants to be good. He can shoot it. He's got to tighten up his ball handling, but if he does that, I think he's going to be fine.
Right around a minute and a half play here in the third quarter. The kick out to Chen. Left side Curry. Lets the 3 fly. Can't get it to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Here's Carter. Warriors with the rebound. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Jack with the basket on the assist by Barnes. And that's now 6 points now for Jack. Let's take this opportunity to show you the teams that have been the best three-point shooting squads over the last 10 games. Second, the Mavericks.
They've been really pleased, Kevin, with their three-point game. It's working better for them thanks to some adjustments they've made in their transition game.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Foy's checked in. Nowitzki's shot's good.
He got that one, but he hasn't been producing the way we're accustomed to. He needs to look for a shot a bit more.
Tipped away. Stolen by Carter. And a big-time jam right there.
You know, and I think it goes without saying, guys, but his strength and body control scoring in close, that's what makes him special. You can see it with the shooting percentages inside. I mean, he's a tremendous finisher.
And I don't think we can afford to forget about something else he's known for. Stepping to the forefront at the end of close games and demanding that he be the one to take the big shot.
And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. He's got the ball, and he bangs it home with one hand.
You know, that's something he's capable of every trip down.
And it's just impossible to get tired of.
Yeah, there's always this excitement, this aura that surrounds him, guys, and the crowd senses it.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Sprite. Carter drives in. The jump hook. Again, the Mavericks score.
Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Jason Maxiels checked in for Dallas. Then for the Warriors, Rush comes in for Ezeli, and George Hills subbed in for Steph Curry. Now here is Hill. He's guarded closely. Dishes to Jack. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Well, you know what? You really expect him to knock that jumper down when he gets a good look like that.
Carter with it. He's picked up by Hill. Gay against Jack. It's Gay with the drive, and that is good. Gay's got 4 points this quarter.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Now, defense starts at the rim, and you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
And the Warriors making a change here. He feeds it to Curry. Pass to Barnes. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Barnes has got his first points of the game.
You have a nice high percentage look right now.
Wow. Incredible.
He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. What a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Here's Jack. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists in the game. Memo Okur is checked in for the Warriors. Martin comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. The Warriors have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
They get it back. Okur. And it's good. Terrific work on the offensive glass to make that one work.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Martin. And it's Teague in for Vince Carter. Nowitzki, he's covered by Landry. Blocked. And they get it back. For 3, Okur. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Barnes has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Rockets game. Should be close, I think.
Mavericks making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Then for the Warriors, Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Landry. And it's Charles Jenkins in for Jarrett Jack. Here's Carter. Flushes it down to finish the break.
The one-handed flush, very nice.
Yeah, nice strong finish there.
Punched it home.
Feeds to Thompson. Launches it. Memo Okur comes up with the rebound. Okur's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Outstanding communication between the passer and the receiver that time.
Yeah, the timing and placement was spot on. You're right.
Yeah, with just a smooth finish, too.
The dish now to Thompson. All alone. And that one's good. Thompson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, none of the defenders were quick enough to step out and get a hand in his face on that jump shot. Big mistake there.
Blocked. Goes back up. And Vince Carter again.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And Vince Carter picks up the foul. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Wallace with the ball. Foy with it. Back to Wallace. That's good on the jump shot. Wallace has got his second bucket. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Mavericks.
Tune in.
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Uncontainable Game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Mavericks with the Uncontainable Game Award for the offensive stretch they put together. It was in the third quarter when things started falling their way, and they were able to build this lead. No doubt they'll try to keep that momentum going through the end.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping them. That really blew the game open.
Well, you bet it did. I mean, when you've got one team in such terrific offensive rhythm and the other guys on their back feet, tentative, hesitant, it almost always leads to runs like that.
Rudy Gay is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Carter. Then there's Foy. And it's Maxeel in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Memo Okur is checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Golden State also making a change. Barnes is checked in for Brandon Rush. Landry kicks to Jack. Poke loose. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break.
Tearing that roof down with that one.
Yeah, and really a dunk contest dunk that time. Wow.
Yeah, unreal. What a dunk.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. The Warriors shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. And Jack kicks to Hill. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, one goal of the new collective bargaining agreement was to make it so that there was more parity in the league. That is where teams had a better chance to compete year to year. But, you look at the title winners, a lot of it still comes down to how much luck you have in the draft. I don't know that you can legislate parity. It comes down to who has the most talent. And basically that's up to either luck in the draft or, what kind of job each team does putting a team together.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's McGrady. Cannot hit. Hill with some nice D. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And Steve, what you said about how winners are built, a lot of it does come down to luck, I think, in so many ways.
Yeah, you have to win the lottery in the right year, or maybe just pick the right guy when nobody else is high on him. And I mean, there's some luck involved. There's no question. But that's just the nature of it. That's kind of life. There's always an element of luck in everything, but you've got to also make your own luck. You've got to be well prepared for that opportunity when it arises.
And the Warriors making a change here. Jack's checked in. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Landry dishes to Jack. Tries from 16. The Mavericks pull it in. Okur's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's McGrady. Jack with the rebound. Jack's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
I think he's been fighting his shot a little bit. He's not getting many of them to drop right now. He got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Mavericks leading by 20. Here's McGrady. Howard down the dunk.
Did you know he could throw it down like that in traffic?
I sure did. I didn't either. Very unusual coming from him, but very impressive nonetheless.
And guys, maybe it's something we'll see a little more of from him down the road. Well, Tracy McGrady early in his career was a superstar, a 2-time scoring champion. Nowadays, more of a complimentary player, but definitely an effective one. We've seen some great shooting from him today. They've got to lean on him a little bit more.
For the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Barnes passes to Landry. That is good. Talking about McGrady, some teams were ambivalent about, signing him because they weren't sure he'd be willing to accept a lesser role.
Well, I think he's proven that that wasn't the case. He has accepted a lesser role, and his ability to handle and create for others is always an asset you'd like to have on a team. And he can definitely be effective setting the table for his teammates. So, to his credit, he's accepted where he is and has helped his team.
They had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Carter drives in. And the shot is good. Carter's got 23.
That's a perfect up and under there. That's textbook.
And Jack kicks to Landry. It's rebounded by Dallas. Okur's got 7 rebounds in the game. Gay guarded by Kerr. From 13, and another basket for Dallas.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
Warriors trail by 20.
Well, the old adage was whoever gets the best player wins the trade. But the Nuggets traded away Carmelo, and the Jazz traded away Darren Williams, and both made the playoffs last season and have a foundation laid now for great success going forward. Right now, he's in a bit of a funk. I look for them to look at other options on offense.
Well, Curry is a constant threat offensively, Kevin. As soon as he crosses half court, you have to pick him up. He's got unlimited range, but also the shiftiness on the dribble, the ability to create space, get into the paint, and either hit a little floater or find a teammate for a jump shot.
Well, one of the best shooters in the game, Steve, no question about that. The passing ability is there too, but it's his honey sweet stroke that really is his best quality.
And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. And you look at these Nuggets and Jazz teams, Steve, and you have to think they're pretty happy with the value they got in return for those trades Clark just talked about.
Yeah, especially in situations where you know you're going to lose your player. Everybody in the league knows you're going to lose your star player. So you really don't have great leverage. And I thought both the Nuggets and the Jazz did an excellent job of maxing out those trades and doing about as well as they possibly could.
Right side, Landry. Good, and Jack gets the assist.
Nice little run here, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, I agree. Just not enough time, Steve. The clock is their enemy, not their friend.
Gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 18.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Azili gets the bucket.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
For 3, Okur. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac, Tracy McGrady.
And that one should remove all doubt about the outcome of this game. This thing's over.
Now it's just a matter of what the winning margin's going to be.
And then Carter with the jam.
Looks like this one's over. They really played well tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we can take it out of the oven. This game is cooked.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Way too loose on that inbounds pass.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Jason Maxiel's checked in for Okur. Wallace comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Dante Jones, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Bobois in for Vince Carter. He dishes it to Thompson. Lots of room. And he knocks down the jumper. And here is Maxiel. Passes it to Wallace. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
That's turning good defense into quick offense, Clark.
And that's the way to operate. Get up the court quickly. Don't waste any time. Whenever you have a chance to go fast.
McGrady kicks to Bobois. Over Thompson. Missed. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris.